What's up, guys? This is the Board Game Roamer, and I'm here with an unboxing of Champions of Midgard. Now, Champions of Midgard, as you know, is published by Gray Fox Games. Super awesome game. Of course, you know, who doesn't like Vikings? But this isn't really the main unboxing. This is just, I got this with this other that we're going to unbox. So this has been out for a while, and I'm really looking forward to this unboxing. Right, so I've actually got the two expansions. All this came together, so we're gonna open these up, take a look at them, see what we got, and get super excited about some Champions of Midgard. I watched several playthroughs. And Raiders of the North Sea, which is a video that I did earlier. I played that a couple times, and hopefully I'll do a playthrough, live stream, or playthrough of that at some point. But this is also a really super awesome game that I've seen that I wanted for a while, and to get it and all the two expansions, the Dark Mountains and Valhalla, is just epic. And this is the Kickstarter edition. I've actually found it on sale online from a location, so we're gonna test this bad boy out, check it out, and see what we got. So let's start. And again, I'm gonna start with Champions of Midgard. This is just the normal, regular retail. If you don't know much about Champions of Midgard's, Champions of Midgard, then basically. What you got is you got this land, and you've got kind of like where you're gonna recruit your people, get food, fight some monsters up here, and then you have additional monsters that are worth a lot more glory. And basically, there's a track, sort of a Euro style game, but you got a track. You're gonna recruit dice, which the dice are basically your army, and that's what you use to fight the trolls or the monsters up to the north or across the sea, kind of like the mythic, legendary, epic monsters down here. And then what the Dark Mountains and the Valhalla add is the Dark Mountains add an additional place to fight some more monsters. I believe it adds another type of unit. And then Valhalla has to do with, inevitably, I mean, this is a Viking game, your people are going to die. And so there's ways to track that and to add people back. And then one of the two expansions, I'm not sure which, you have a hero that you play as, and you can use their ability differently. It's just really good stuff. So let's open up Champions. This is the base game. You have to have this in order to play the expansion. So let's open this one up first. Makes me nervous. Cool. Get the cellophane going here. Cool. Set that to the side. Nice box. Not like UV, but it does have like the linen finish on it, which is cool. So we have the rulebook. Let's see here. Gonna do a quick flip through the rulebook. Looks like pretty short rule book. I mean, the 14 pages basically, 15 I guess, depending on if you use these variants, but that's pretty short. Decent amount of pictures. I think most of it's just explaining the tiles is and some of the iconography and the steps. So a little bit more reading. Like I said, I've seen videos and I kind of have an idea how to play, so it probably is not that big a deal. So overall, I don't know. I haven't read it, so I can't really speak to it. But cool. I guess we'll see when we start playing, right? And then we got our cardboard. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. 4 things of cardboard. Looks like we've got a player board. Well, let's start with this. So we've got some tiles here, droplets, starting player token. It looks like here, quick reference guide. So what the cards are: Destiny, Journey, etc., etc. You got your ships. You got your hero cards. This is one of the heroes, and then it's got an ability here at the bottom. And then some more. Looks like money, favor tokens, more ships. Money, favor tokens, more ships. So you the core game looks like comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes. That's what that looks like. I don't know what that is. All right, and then we've got our board, which we'll look at in a second. So here's all the dice. You got swordsman, looks like axeman and spearman, I think, are the 3 that came in the original. So there's all the dice for those. You got your player markers for your points and to tell everybody what color you're playing as. And of course, here's your meeples for worker placement, because it is a Euro, and what Euro can't have meeples. And then we've got some cubes for food, and I'm not really sure what the brown ones are for. We have cubes and a number of baggies. That's nice. That's always nice when they do that. Makes things a lot easier. So I'm just actually going to set those to the side for now. All right, so not a super thick deck of cards for the enemies. Let's take a quick look at those. Let's see what kind of quality we got in the cards. I would say, though, based on the tray, that you could not, I don't think you could sleeve all these, and you certainly couldn't sleeve this and the expansion that's right over there. And they all fit. I don't think you could do that. Let's see here. Pretty good quality cards. Does have kind of the linen finish on the backs. Troll cards. I guess those are all the same, weren't they? Oh no. Well, some are 2 attack, 2 defense. Some are 2 attack, 3 defense. There's this 1 attack, 3 defense. 1 attack, 2 defense. Huh. Oh, they're worth different amounts of glory. That's what it is. Cool. Alright. There you go. That's those cards. And then you've got... Alright, so these cards... Again, I'm trying to remember... It's been a little while since I watched... Oh, gosh. See, I always get nervous when I use this because I'm afraid I'm going to jack this up. I'm going to slice into a card I don't need to slice into. Alright. And of course, it's in like a million pieces. Lovely. Alright, so here we go. We've got some ship cards. Not 100% sure what those mean yet, but I know we have to get ships to sail across to attack the epic monsters. Then we have these basically they're these cards that you play, like rune cards, or maybe I think they're rune cards that you play, and you can get extra stuff. Like, for instance, this says if you maybe pay 2 glory, you get any combination of wood, food, and gold, maybe, or something like that. Yeah, journey cards, that's what those are. So that's cool. Oh, those are coins, not glory. Yeah. Anywho, so we got our journey cards. Then we've got these cards: the craftsman, monster hunter, prepared, rune master, and these, I believe, yeah. So these are ways to score additional points at the end of the game. Maybe those are the rune cards. No, those aren't the rune cards. Those are the, I don't know. Anyway, that's what those are for. And then you've got these journey cards. So these go down, and when you decide to go fight an epic monster, you have to. These are shuffled up, face down, shuffled them up, and then one is put on each of the spaces. And so when you go to fight, you set sail, and then when you go to resolve it and fight the monster, you flip it over and you see what happened. Well, in this case, I actually would lose one of my fighters, or maybe nothing happens, all quiet. Maybe the Kraken shows up and you actually have to fight the Kraken and then go fight the monster. You lose, this says you lose 2 items. You lose 1 food. Storm, you lose 1 food or 1 person. Whirlpool, you lose 1 person. So kind of some negative effects when you do fight those epics. The journey is epic to get there, and then they are much tougher than your average bear. Also. So, alright, now we've looked at most of the stuff except for one of the main pieces, which is the board. So let's take a look at the board. So, pretty big board actually. Oh wow. Yeah, that's a big board. This is 3-foot table. I got a 3-foot table. So this board is, yeah, it's a big board. All right, cool. So what do we got here? So we've got, this is where we put the trolls, where we can go get food over here. Then you've got, this kind of tells you hit turn order. That's nice. So that it kind of gives you, lets you know on the board there. These are all the locations where you can go, where you get workers. You can, it looks like pay money or pay some glory, or I don't know, pay something to get favor. Market stalls where you can buy stuff. Down here you've got your huts, your market stalls. You got your ships. So this is where you get to take the ships. And then you're going to take those ships and you're going to sell them down here, right? So you're going to put your person right here. Then there's going to be a card, and it's going to tell you, you know, what you pay if something happens. And you'll fight these guys down here. Cool. So that is what's in Champions of Midgard. So I'll put this back in here, and put this back in here, even though I'll be honest, I really want to go ahead and punch those out, just because punching out's kind of fun, I think. But that's just me, because I'm crazy. Alright, cool. So before I open these other two, I'm hoping that either this other box will accommodate everything, or there's not as much in this and it will go in the other box, because the insert's not bad, but it's not great. Okay, so that was the core box, right? This will be the 2 expansions. Okay, the Dark Mountains and Valhalla. Now, my understanding, if I understand correctly from watching other playthroughs, you do not have to have Valhalla to play with the Dark Mountains, but there are some things, a couple things in Valhalla that you need the Dark Mountains for, so you either have to take those out or play with both. My philosophy on that is probably going to end up being the same as it is for, was for Raiders of the North Sea. The expansions are there, use them, but that's just me. So let's see here. So looking at the exclusives for the KS version, there's 2 land journey promo cards, 2 journey promo cards, 30 Viking meeples. So I'm assuming that is these right here are going to replace the normal Viking tokens that you have in the regular game, and then 2 more merchant ships, which do I don't know what. Yeah. So let's see what we got. Again, I'm going to try to be very careful. I really, really, really don't want to mess up the box. Alright. Box is pretty light, so maybe there will be room. And it's the same size as the other one, so maybe it'll work out where I can use this box if it doesn't have an insert. Use this as the main box for everything. Oh, wow. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, so here we go. We got the 2 rule books. One for Valhalla, one for the Dark Mountains. Start with the Dark Mountains. So it's going to add a couple of boards to the side. I think it's like we have some new heroes, a new location, archers. That's going to be a new unit that you can recruit. Berserker. So I guess those. Okay, so those are what you fight over there on the side. New enemy cards. You have journey cards just like for the. See. Also for points, which I mean, we haven't talked really anything about the game, but there are points at the end of the game for sets. So as you defeat monsters, they all have a color, and so there are ways to earn various points for the different colors or sets of colors that you have. So here is Valhalla. All right, so we've got. Looks like we have. I guess we'll see if we have a new person. So yeah, these leader ability die. So when you roll this leader ability die. Oh no, it's not. So there are apparently additional abilities that are separate from what you have on your leader card. And you can roll this die. Yeah. And so that's how you can activate additional stuff. We sacrifice tokens. So you can use sacrifice tokens to get glory. You can spend sacrifice tokens to get more warriors. Now there apparently are blessings. 2 deaths of Valkyrie lessons instant and permanent. Berserker and Shield Warrior. Okay, cool. So it looks like a lot of stuff here, but again, this is kind of laid out the same way. Oh, here's 2. So Berserker and Shield Warriors are the new two types of units that we're going to be able to recruit, apparently. Looks like they have lots of damage. Berserkers especially have 50% chance to get 2 hits with them, and then the Shield Warriors, 1 in 3 chance you get a hit and a shield. Not too bad. Cool. And then it talks about the powers, shows you all the new tokens, our icons, I'm sorry. Cool. And then here's the stuff about the promo items. Let's see here. Let's see. Journey cards. Yeah. Yeah, I was right. These replace the score markers in your stuff from the original game. cool. Alright, and then here is some additional ships. So here's the tokens. All these are the tokens that when they die, you get that token, and then basically you can spend those tokens for different things. Here are the abilities on the back here of the different, for the dice that you roll for your hero. So you get your hero, and then you're going to randomly get one of these abilities, one of these 8 abilities, and then when you roll the die and it rolls that helmet, looks like. Oh no, sorry. They all have somebody's name on them, so I guess they're all specific to, what is that? Huh. They're all specific to the heroes that they have. Market stall, so with more players you need more markets, so that's what that is. I do remember that. Here's the Berserker. So this would sit up to the right of the main board, and that's where we're going to go fight those guys. You're not going across the sea, but you're still going to fight them like that. And wow, this is really deep. And then you've got the Valhalla, and that's the board for it. It's really pretty artwork too. Cool. And let's see what we got. We have the promo ships. That's a promo card. It's a chicken boat. Here's the new Archer dice. That's cool. And here's the Berserker, and so this is from Dark Mountains. All this stuff is just in here together from both expansions. So then here's the Shield Maiden and the Berserkers from Valhalla. In the blue commander dice that you get to roll for your hero to possibly proc its ability. Mercenaries. I think. Let's see here. I think these 2 packs are the Kickstarter. Yeah. So here's some more cards. For instance, this one says this is for points at the end of the game. Have the most burgers are at the end of the game. So some additional items to go for. So there's all those. Then we have the additional burgers are to fight. And like I said, I gotta move this further up. Like I said, they've got kind of some of the similar stuff, but like for instance, this says you can't use archers. 1 attack, 1 defense. Interesting. Let's take a look at them, just because I'm kind of curious. I swear, this is going to give me a heart attack opening these up, because I'm afraid I'm going to screw them up. Okay. So you got burgers are, they look like they're the same thing. They got different levels, different amounts, different attack, defense, worth more or less glory. And of course, they're in their various colors, yellow, red, blue. And then we've got some more Draugr, it looks like, and or. So we have some trolls, then we have monsters, and then we'll have, I guess, Draugr And Berserker. Yeah. Yeah. So we are adding like some trolls and some basic monsters that are specific to the expansion, but they're just added into the regular ones for the core game. So that's cool. Give it a little bit more flavor, a little bit more replayability, I guess you would say. All right, then we've got, here's the meeples. Replacements for the pawns and the score trackers, which is the culturally inaccurate Viking helmets, I've been told. This is the original discs for the 2 players that are added for the expansions. Then we have the player boards for the new players that are new. I say new players for the new heroes that are No, wait a minute. These might be replacements. I'm not really sure. I'll have to double check that. But I like these. Those are real thick. I like that. That's pretty neato. More baggies. And finally, this is the blessings and the glory cards. Let's take a quick look at them. Again, they have that linen finish, same weight, and of the other ones. We have divine glory, troll amulet. Some of these have different color. Oh, so I guess this is locations where you can go buy stuff, maybe? I don't know. Interesting. I have to read the rules to find out. Cool. So, there you go. And that is Champions of Midgard, the core, and the expansions. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to... Because this is something that always drives me nuts. Oh, wait. Let's make sure there's nothing in the bottom. No. I think, though, based on the size of this box and the depth of these stacks, that I can put all the cards and stuff, I think, in here. I feel like everything will fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break away. I'm going to pull everything out of the original, the expansion, get it all bagged and put together, get it in the box, and then show you what looks like in the box, hopefully with everything in the box. So hang on just a minute, and we will be right back with more Champions of Midgard. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, here's the box put together. I finally finished punching everything out, sorted it. So, good news is that this box pretty much works. So let's take a look on the inside. So it's almost the perfect size. It's just about that much too tall. This last piece sitting on the top is just raises it above the normal size of the box, but you know, it's not massive, so it's okay. Not perfect, but it's a lot better than other stuff. So what I've got is I've got the market tile editions, the 2 Valhalla and Dark Mountain pieces, and then the main game board on top, rule books for everything on the bottom underneath that. And so what I did is I put all of the character cards over here, these things over here, the special powers those over here in this bigger box. Then I put the favor tokens and gold in there with that. All of the trolls, Draugr, Berserker, monsters are all in one big stack in this tray. I just threw this on top, one of the extra ships. It's really a promo card, but wasn't quite enough room here. So in here is where you have all the ships, okay? And then underneath that you have all these market tiles. So that's where they go. I've got the first player token, just stuck it over there. With these are all the journey cards, the rune cards, this, you know, all these smaller cards, right, for everything. They go in here. Like I said, I put that on top of it. And then I use this storage area over here for basically all the other tokens that are in the game. And I went ahead and I actually, some people may not care, I went ahead and bagged all the different Valhalla tokens separate just because I like to keep it like that. That's just the way I am. Then over here we've got food and something else that I still haven't figured out. Those are, then I've got the player markers, the score markers, the meeples, and then all of the dice from everything over here. I thought about bagging these separately, but honestly, I don't think it really matters that much. You're not getting a whole lot at a time, so that'll be easy enough to set out or pull out when we actually play. So, and then over here to the side, I've just got, these are all the original tokens that came with the base game, and so I am just gonna put those up, and because we actually really don't need those anymore. So those will go to my extra bits and pieces that I can use for replacement parts for other stuff, or counters for something I want to do on my own. Cool. So good news is it fits. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Champions of Midgard with the Valhalla and Dark Mountain expansions. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope you guys get a chance to play this. It's an awesome game. I am the Board Game Roamer, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.